Moving towards some deeper back bends. Wherever you are, let's come to your belly. You can keep the blanket that was under your knees if you like, as it'll add a little padding under the points of the hips. And then we'll move into our unique back bends. We'll continue to see this continuum that shows up in yin. Brian's going to stay rested on his belly, so it's really a small amount of stimulation on the low back, but even being on your belly is a back bend. He's decided to roll a blanket to put under his tummy so that he can stimulate and give a little sensation to his organs. Helps with digestion, elimination. Monica's in Sphinx pose, so the forearms on the ground, elbows under, or maybe a little forward of the shoulders. Hands can be on the ground or in prayer, whatever feels supportive. And Melody's decided to increase the compression, the back bend, by adding a couple blocks under her forearms. And we can see with Ivy, she's come all the way up into seal, which doesn't have quite as much traction, like she can't pull forward the same way that Monica and Melody can. Has a little more compression, but it gives her leverage to come into an even deeper back bend. So on this continuum of stimulation of the kidneys and the low back and the opening of the organs of digestion in the front body, what's going to feel really good to you now? And it can change. You could spend a moment or two in one shape and decide you need to add more stimulation, you need a bigger back bend. Or maybe you need to back off and come to something that's a little less stressful. A big part of being in a yoga practice, on or off your mat, is being intuitive, listening to the body, knowing when there is an appropriate need to add and when there's an appropriate need to take away. It's the yin and yang of our practice, whether it's a posture or the breath, right? Connect with how the yin is your exhale. There's this yang on the inhale, a little more uplifting and invigorating in the breath. These last few breaths in and out of this shape, check in with your head and neck. Where does your neck want to put your head in space? So in yin, we're always looking to stay as passive as feels safe in our lower body, letting the feet, the legs, the glutes, the low back and belly, everything soften so it can really receive the stimulation of the pose. Similarly above the shoulders, letting your neck and your head and your muscles and skin on your face be as heavy as feels safe and intuitive. Wherever you are, take your last several generous breaths in and out of this shape, breathing down into sensations and breathing out completely. After your next breath in and out, we'll come out slowly. If you're in Sphinx, maybe move props if you've got them, or just widen your elbows. And if you're in seal, you'll really pull your body forward as you come down. We're all going to end up on our bellies, like Brian, just resting on the forehead, or your hands. You can rest on one of your ears. Feel free to sigh or moan as we come into a gentler back bend.